Hello YouTube, this is VJH Ciaran here, and today I am going to, this is basically a start of a series I want to do. This is sort of my opinions on stuff, really. So I like talking about my opinions, games. I have debates with my friends all the time about, what games are good and what games are bad. And yeah, and I like to sort of talk about that. So I decided I might make a few of my own opinion videos, and I decided to post them up every Friday or around Friday. I'm going to try and get this up tonight if I can. This is Friday night, about 9 o'clock here. So anyway, first of all, I'm just going to get on with the list because I want to get this done in one video. I'll try my best to get it done in one video, but if not, then I will try, I'll just do it in two. Anyway, so first of all, I would like, the first game that I think is underrated, well, it's underrated or overrated, but this one is underrated, is Metal Gear Solid 2, Sons of Liberty, and I've also got Substance. The reason why I think this is underrated is because it's sort of overshadowed by the other ones, which would be Metal Gear Solid 1, 3 and 4, which are all good games in their own way, but I think this deserves a bit more credit. 1 is my favourite of the series, but 2 is also fantastic, and I think people just go on it because you don't get to play Solid Snake in this one really, so I think that's a big factor why people weren't liking it the best. I don't know, you get to play Raiden. I quite like Raiden. Nobody else did really. He looks a bit cooler now that he's a bit of a cyborg ninja. If you saw Metal Gear Solid 4 or in the trailers for Rising. So anyway, I'll quickly move on because I want to get this done. Instead, right, this next one is an overrated game. Well, overrated game series. It is Halo. I've not done anything about Xbox games on my channel yet, so this is to prove I have an Xbox really. This is, I'm not really, I liked Halo 3. The campaign wasn't great, but the online was good. It was fun, but it didn't, I didn't like the maps. They were all pretty bland and the graphics weren't that great either. ODST here, the graphics could have been better. It's pretty much got the same online, it says on the box at the back, and it has a new thing called Firefight, which I have still to play, and I've had this since Christmas last year, so I'm sure it's fun, and I like the campaign a bit better than like the Halo 3 campaign. I don't know, it's different, and it's got a nice atmosphere, but it's still very, I don't know, this one wasn't so overrated, but still as a series Halo is quite overrated. And Halo 1, it's a fantastic game, but still there are a lot better first person shooters. Even though this is a really good game, in my opinion, there are some better first person shooters. So anyway, right, next up here is the FIFA games. Any one really, I don't really care, but I just think these are really overrated games and they're not that good, and the only reason I have this one is because it's my brother's. I don't care for FIFA. I don't know why they continue to make them. They're pretty much the same every year. They just change the players' names and tweak up the graphics, which I don't really see the point for in a football game, because nobody cares about the graphics. It's more about the gameplay really for these types of games if you're into them. I don't know, they add a few new modes. I don't see the fun in this game at all really, and I've played it like once. I used to be quite into them when I was younger, but not anymore. Anyway, next up is Battlefield Bad Company 2, which I think is underrated. It didn't get bad reviews, but this video is more about why I think it's underrated, either because it got bad reviews or because nobody plays it really. And there's a reason why nobody plays this. It's because a modern first person shooter that came out within a year space of Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which when these games do come out, they last for about a week, then everybody's back to Call of Duty. Right now, people on Xbox are into Halo, but I guarantee you in a week they'll probably be playing Modern Warfare 2 again. And I've got to say I'm a bit guilty of being a Modern Warfare 2 player instead of this. And it's a bit more sophisticated, if you like. The campaign's a lot better than Modern Warfare 2's, but the online isn't quite as addictive. It doesn't have as much modes, but you get free content, which is good, instead of paying $10.99 for Call of Duty maps, which I didn't, but I got them both anyway. So I got them off a friend. Anyway, so I've done 5 minutes shit. Next up, Fallout 3. This is an overrated game. I know this. I put this in my top 10 when I did it. I don't know how long ago I did it. It was a good few months ago. I was quite into it, and I had the Game of the Year edition, but this is just the normal edition, as you'll see, because there's a story about why I don't have the Game of the Year edition anymore, but I won't bore you with that. The thing is, I really liked this at the start, and I was quite engrossed with the story, and then when I got into it, I got sick of looking at it, because everything looked the same, and the story generally just got boring, and I don't know, I couldn't play it much further after about, I don't know, a quarter of the way through it or something. I don't know, there's not much else I can say about this. It's just very overrated. Everybody likes it, and for some reason they think you're deep for playing it, and you only like shooters if you don't. I don't just like shooters, I like lots of different games, but this did not appeal to me at all, and I don't get why it appeals to everyone else, because Oblivion, which I've also got over here, I moved the camera, sorry, let's pause this for a second. Okay, I've got Oblivion here, and it's a far better game, an RPG and everything, and it's nicer, and it's got a better atmosphere, and everything about it is better, to be honest. So yeah, next up is this is BioShock, which I think is an underrated game, because it got good reviews, I suppose, but the thing is, people don't play it, and it's not as recognised. It's a very, very good game. It's a first-person shooter, but it's got quite a lot of RPG sort of things about it. It's not exactly an RPG though. It's still a fun game, and definitely worth picking up, because it's quite cheap now. I had the second one, and it's not as good, but it is fun, and the multiplayer is good as well. So, but yeah, definitely worth the money. It's only about a couple of pounds now, I think. Anyway, oh crap, I'm running out of time. Okay, so next up is this Sonic the Hedgehog. I honestly think this is very underrated. It's a fun game, and the graphics weren't great, but it came out first of all in 2005 for Xbox, did it not? Or some Xbox 360 or 2006, I can't remember. And this is the PS3 version, which came out in 2007. Didn't really change much, but still, because I had it for 360 first of all. But anyway, it's a really good game, and I don't really see why people hated it. It was different, but I quite enjoyed it, unlike everybody else apparently. Right, next up is Naughty Bear. I quite enjoyed this game. I wouldn't give it great reviews, but it was very underrated. People said it was like the worst game they've ever played and things. And even though you only play in a small area, I think still you get quite a bit of a sadistic satisfaction playing this. I just really enjoyed it, and I think, I don't know what else you would really, what other games are like this. It's different, and it's nice. Even though the graphics aren't, I think it should have been a downloadable for PSN and Xbox Live Arcade, to be honest, but it's still a fun game, and definitely. Right, okay, I didn't want to do this, but I'm going to have to stop it here. So I've got another couple of games that will only be out a few minutes for the last few. So thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you in part 2.